Hi there, welcome back. Adventures with Dr. Joe. Let's take a minute today and check out the anatomy of a grease gun. Let's look at all the parts, let's talk about their function, and let's talk about how to put it back together and take it apart and replace parts as needed. So this is the appearance of a normal grease gun. This one is a hand cocking. They're also lever action, they're air powered, battery powered, but this has all the basic components we're going to look at. A typical nozzle is really more like this, that just goes onto the grease fitting. I've put a little special one here because I use this a lot. This one locks into place, which I think has some advantages, and I've done a video on that. Many times there's just a straight tube, but this is a flexible tube, which is an advantage. It has a button here, which is a bleed button. It allows for the escape of air, so we don't get an airlock. And this is a fill tube, or a fill port, that if we're at a service station or whatever and you've got a large big gallon of grease, you can pump from that grease and refill this. There is a lever back here and a locking mechanism. The lever pulls back a spring. Inside of the cylinder there's a plunger, and that pushes the grease forward so it can enter into the head of the grease gun. Let's take a look at that. We can unscrew the cylinder. It has a nice knurled surface so you can grip it. And inside the cylinder is the plunger, spring loaded, and this plunger sits on the inside of the grease cylinder and pushes the grease forward. The grease enters into the head of the grease gun. Again, here's the large quantity fill port and the bleed valve to allow for the escape of air. Right here is that bleed port, and you can see it open up, letting the air escape, and here's the fill tube. This is a super important area. This is where grease goes into, so that the plunger, you can see the plunger go here. The plunger can get that grease, push it forward, and push it out the end of the grease gun. Gases compress, fluids do not. Grease is a fluid. When grease gets in here, we pump it out, everything works fine. If, however, air gets into here, we have an airlock, and we can be pumping, frustrated that no grease is getting out. And we'll talk about that and how to remedy that, prevent it, and fix it. Please remember, before we put this together, what's really important. One, we need some space around the purge valve, the air bleed valve. One. Number two, we need to get grease into this opening so that the plunger works, because the plunger is everything, and if there's air trapped in this, it's not good. So we're going to put the cylinder on but not make it completely tight, because there's also a little bit of gap here. So we're going to load it back. That's tight. We're going to loosen it. Then we're going to release. So now it's under spring tension, and I'm going to listen to this. Releases some air, and then we're going to start to pump it. There we go. You see the new grease coming out. Actually, that's the old grease, which we don't want. We want that new red grease. There's that old. And the new. Success. This is our new bearing grease. That's what we want. So again, in reloading the cylinder, you don't want an airlock. So don't screw it all the way in before you release the plunger. Release the plunger, push it all the way back in, and then tighten the cylinder. And then, just to check, release the airlock, the purge valve. And you can see there's some grease coming out of here, just a little bit from before. That's good. That means it's purging. And if I keep doing this, the new red grease will show up here in a minute, but we don't need to do that. Then this is the proof. The moment you squeeze the handle, grease coming out. So, that's it.